Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's SparkWithGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I've got a brand new coffee this morning, an instant coffee. I don't think I've ever featured it on the show before. I could be wrong. Maybe we talked about it in Second Cup. Well, hang on. Let me get a sip. We'll talk about it. Hang on. That's good. That's a good, smooth, flavorful cup of coffee from Trader Joe's. Their instant cold brew coffee. Now, you can brew this instant coffee hot or cold, but on their product page, they have pictures of the cold brews, that sort of thing, with ice and all kinds of other ingredients that you can add to it, sugar, stevia, whatever else, whatever else goes with cold brew coffee. I'm really not someone who's had a lot of cold brew coffee. If you've had cold brew coffee before, comment below and let me know how you mix it up and what you add to it to make a flavorful cup of cold brew coffee. But here's what they write on their product page. Cold brew coffee connoisseurs rejoice. We've taken what's typically a 12 to 24 hour process and turned it into an instant affair. Trader Joe's instant cold brew coffee starts with 100% Arabica coffee beans from India. Our supplier uses an all-natural proprietary extraction method that took them over 2 years to develop. It's truly a unique process that yields a fine, dark powder. Add 1 heaping teaspoon of this instant cold brew coffee to 12 fluid ounces of cold or hot water, then stir until dissolved. The result is a cup of cold brew that's full-bodied, dark, and smooth with a caramel-like aroma and rich cold brew coffee taste. It really is a very, very fine powder. Check that out right there. It dissolves in an instant, and it is a nice hot cup of instant coffee. Really, really terrific. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, that is that's really good. Very smooth, very flavorful. And we're using my Indiana Jones coffee mug this morning because we are on a new coffee adventure. Thanks to Jamie Horn very, very, very kindly for sending this coffee mug to the channel. Really, really like this. Check out that badge artwork there. Yeah, absolutely. I like pulling this one out when we're going on a new coffee adventure. Indiana Jones. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And it holds 12 ounces of water very comfortably. So we did use their recipe. 1 big heaping teaspoon of the cold brew instant coffee into 12 ounces of water. And I used my Keurig machine to dispense that 12 ounces of hot water. And it came up with a perfect cup of brewed coffee. Really, really terrific. So if you are a cold brew coffee lover, please comment below and let us know how you mix it up and what ingredients you add to it and that sort of thing. We still got some summer left to enjoy some iced coffee, some cold brew coffee out there. So that's great. So, hey, great to be with you this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I'm going to say that again. If you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate it. Hang on one more sip. Oh, yeah, that is really, really terrific. And hey, if you're tuning into the podcast this morning, thanks very much for listening via that medium. Really, really do appreciate it. Boy, we've got a great show for you this morning. We have got a shaving tip, a viewer shaving tip. Really, really neat viewer shaving tip. We have an extra shaving tip. I'm going to let you decide how that extra shaving tip applies in your shave den. Maybe you've done this before, maybe you haven't. Please comment below and let us know about that extra shaving tip. We have an update to the Ohio Wet Shave Meetup this Saturday. Yeah, wow, it's already here. We also have an update on some of the winners of the weekly giveaways that we've been doing. This last week, we had one sponsored by Rod and Mandy of Stirling Soap Company. My thanks to them for sponsoring the last giveaway of the Vanilla Sandalwood Oops, I broke that bottle giveaway. We also have an update on those sketches that we give out in exchange for shaving tips, something going on there. Wanted to give you a little bit of an update there. We have some great new wet shaving gear to talk about. some great refill comments, and some questions and comments. So all in all, a really, really terrific show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. So let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Chris Packness, and that's spelled Paknis. Chris, I hope I pronounced your last name correctly, Packness. That's what I'm going to go with. Please let me know in the comments below if I got it right or wrong. My apologies if I mangled it a little bit. Anyhow, Chris sent along a really neat shaving tip, and I didn't want to give away too much in the beginning of the show, but it's a neat space-saving shaving tip. And Chris writes, "Hi, Mark. I really enjoy your weekly shows and find them both entertaining and informative. Keep up the good work. I have a couple of tips that I thought I would share with you and your viewers. I don't have a shave den, and my wife and daughter have monopolized most of the bathroom counter space, so I needed to come up with a creative solution to store my razor collection and transport everything to the bathroom each morning. To store my razors, I found a clear plastic box at TJ Maxx that I think was originally intended for jewelry or makeup brushes. But as you can see from the pictures, it holds safety razors perfectly. To make it easier to transport everything to the bathroom, I repurposed a shower caddy. As you can see from the pictures, it holds everything that I need. I have my soap of the day in one compartment, my Thayers and alum block in another, and even have lots of room left for an assortment of splashes and balms. I do keep a bowl and some brushes in the bathroom, but everything else goes into the caddy. It has really been a fantastic solution. Sincerely, Chris Packness." Hey, Chris, this is an absolutely fantastic space-saving tip. There you go, folks. If you're looking for a great solution on how to transport some of your razors and soaps to your shave den in the morning so you can kind of mix and match things and move things in very quickly and easily and move things out, check out this solution from Chris. He's repurposed a shower caddy to kind of move everything in there, and he has this great clear plastic box from TJ Maxx to store all of his safety razors. Really fantastic. Chris, thanks for a very creative shaving tip. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Chris, once again, thanks very much for a really creative shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Well, we have an extra shaving tip this morning, and it comes from viewer Gary JC. Now, I mentioned that this might be something that you have done before, or maybe it's something you would consider doing, or maybe not. I don't know. Please comment below and let me know if you've ever done this before. Anyhow, Gary writes, "Tip for using shaving foam in aerosol dispenser cans. Use a brush, pre-dampened, and make it for face lathering. Add any needed additional water as you go." Gary, hey Gary, that's really very creative. And I know in doing the traditional wet shave, we want to get away from using aerosol cans to make those lathers. But maybe there comes a time when you're in a pinch. Maybe you've run out of artisan shave soap and you don't have anything else in the shave den, but you have a can of this, maybe from few years back when you weren't doing the traditional wet shave, you were still using a cartridge razor, whatever the reason, or maybe you're traveling, you forgot your favorite shave soap, and the only thing you could find from a big box store is a can of aerosol shaving cream. This is the hydrogel right here. It comes out as a gel. It seems to me that that would work fairly well if you use a brush to build a face lather. So, if you're in a pinch, maybe that's a good workaround. Use a shaving brush to build a lather, face lather, from a can, an aerosol dispenser can of shaving cream. Now, have you ever done that before? Does it work for you? Is this something you would consider doing? Please comment below. I think it's a rather creative shaving tip if you're in a pinch. Again, the traditional wet shave, we are moving away from this kind of shaving foam cream in a can and moving over to these great shaving soaps that we all enjoy. The artisan shave soaps from Stirling and Phoenix Shaving, and Ariana and Evans, and Barrister and Mann, and Hendricks Classics and Company, etc. And then the Tabox, the Parassos, the Cellas, that sort of thing. You know what? If we come up short, maybe this will work. I don't know. You know what? Now that I found this, and I haven't used this, I have not used this. I just happened to buy it, and I don't know how many years ago I've purchased this. This has got to be maybe, I don't know, 7-8 years already. I'm not entirely sure. So it is a gel. So I don't even know if they make this particular one anymore. So maybe I'll do a review and I'll do that. I'll do a face lathering shave with this aerosol shave foam that comes out of a can, and we'll see how that works. But comment below and let me know if you've ever done it. Really would be curious. Kind of what will make for a really interesting discussion. So Gary JC, thanks very much for sending along the extra shaving tip this morning. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's your update regarding the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup for 2024. It's this Saturday. The 2024 Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup is this Saturday, September 14th, 2024, from 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at River's Edge Cutlery in Hilliard, Ohio. And as they write here, more sponsors, more prizes. Absolutely fantastic meetup that's going to be taking place in Hilliard, Ohio. Tickets are only $5. They're limiting it to only 50 attendees. We'll have the links below. Click on that link and get a ticket before they're sold out. All attendees are going to get a Meetup soap and splash. Shannon Soaps and Spearhead Shaving are teaming up to bring you Woody's Victories, a woody, floral, and spicy agarwood base with a clean, ozonic freshness and subtle greenness throughout. And they're going to have food trucks there. You'll be entered in a drawing for great prizes from Shannon Soap, Spearhead Shaving, The Gentle Shave, Timeless Razor, Stirling Soap Company, and many more. They're going to have a great piff table. It's going to be terrific. So I hope to see you there this Saturday at River's Edge Cutlery from 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. And again, we'll have links below where you can get tickets. They're only $5. What a great deal. And last year's event at River's Edge Cutlery was really terrific, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. Also, we have an update from David Keiss regarding the Children's Cancer Research Fund drawing that he's putting together in cooperation with the Great Cycle Challenge that supports Children's Cancer Research Fund. The Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup also supports this cause. And as David wrote here, hi Mark, wanted to give you a heads up. All the donations are in, and we are in the process of putting together all the prizes and our social media link as well. As soon as I get the link to everything, I will send it over to you. So as soon as we have that link, we will have it below. We should have it by the time this Monday Morning Mailbag airs. And we'll also get you an update as to when the drawing will take place for all these great prizes and where you can get tickets and all that other good stuff. So the drawing is probably going to be the first week of October. So again, that is going to benefit the Great Cycle Challenge that supports Children's Cancer Research Fund. This is something that Dave and Barb Keiss put together, Children's Cancer Research Fund drawing. All these great artisans have made some really wonderful donations. It looks like it's going to be bigger and better than last year. So again, we'll have a link below where you can get tickets and more information regarding when that drawing takes place. Sometime first week in October is what David is telling me. So when we get all that final information, we'll update it either below if it comes in by then or in an upcoming Monday Morning Mailbag. So again, Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup this Saturday, River's Edge Cutlery, Hilliard, Ohio, 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. And also we'll get updates regarding Dave and Barb Keiss's Children's Cancer Research Fund drawing. So my thanks to them for the update, and I will see you at the meetup this Saturday in Hilliard, Ohio. Well, we have an update this morning on a couple of giveaways that were done the past few weeks. These were weekly giveaways. The first one was sponsored by American Vintage Soap Company. Robert and all the folks there very, very kindly sponsored that one. And the second giveaway was sponsored by Rod and Mandy and everyone at Stirling Soap Company. The first giveaway from American Vintage Soap Company was their Permafrost Shave Soap and Lathering Scents, and that was won by Brian McCarthy 1322, also known as Brian McCarthy. And he wrote, "Hello, Mark. It's Brian McCarthy 1322 here. My mother did not give me that name, by the way. As requested, this email confirms that I have received the shave soap and 3 cents. Wow. What a packing job." Well, I wanted to make sure that those glass bottles got to you intact for obvious reasons if you've been following the channel. And he continues here, "Thanks again. Looking forward to tomorrow's shave with this soap and a new Parker semi-slant razor that came in this week." And in the photo there, you see the DE, which is the Parker semi-slant razor he mentioned. And the straight razor is a feather stainless steel. He writes here, "I also own a Mercure Futur, 2 Rockwell T2s in gunmetal and stainless steel, a Parker 4-piece travel razor, and my father's Gillette Fat Boy." Wow, that's a wonderful razor collection. Thanks so much for sharing with everyone, Brian. Really do appreciate it. And I'm so glad you received the shave soap and the lathering scents intact and in good shape. Thanks very much for sending in the photo, and let us know how all of that works for you. Really, really wonderful, and enjoy that new Parker semi-slant razor. Really, really great to hear. The second giveaway that was done more recently here was sponsored by Rod and Mandy and everyone at Stirling Soap Company. This was for the Vanilla Sandalwood set, shave soap, aftershave splash, and balm. This came about because I dropped a bottle of the aftershave splash in the sink and it shattered. This was the oops, I can't believe I broke this bottle giveaway. My screw up is your gain. And Rod and Mandy very, very kindly sponsored this giveaway. My thanks to them very, very much. This giveaway was won by at Mr_ZB18, also known as Brian Zions Bernstein. And he claimed the prize and wrote, "Hi, Mark. I just saw the announcement that Rod and Mandy selected me as the winner of this soap, splash, and balm set. Thank you for running this contest. Thanks to Rod and Mandy for sponsoring this contest and selecting me. I look forward to trying this scent. I have been using Stirling soaps almost from the beginning of my traditional wet shaving journey, which began approximately 10 months ago. I have at least 6 full tubs plus a couple of aftershaves and balms. These soaps perform wonderfully. I am able to generate thick, creamy, cushiony lathers that offer superior protection during the shave. Currently, I have recently started a bar of their unscented, non-mentholated pre-shave soap, which also performs great. Stirling is one of the few shave soap companies out there that offer almost all of their products in a sample size. It certainly makes it easy and less scary to try a soap. No large investment. And he writes here, "Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Thank you, Brian Zions Bernstein." Now, he sent me an email and said that the package was probably a day away. So as soon as we get confirmation and a photo from him, we'll show it to you. It might happen before we post this video while we're editing it. So if it does arrive before we're done editing and posting this video, we'll definitely drop in and show you the photo and that he received it in good shape and all that other good stuff. So thanks to Brian Zions Bernstein and also Brian McCarthy for confirming that they were the giveaway winners. Wanted to give everyone an update that the prizes were claimed, that they have been received or are still en route. And yeah, congratulations to a couple of Brians out there for winning some great wet shaving gear courtesy of American Vintage Soap Company and Stirling Soap Company. Thanks to them very, very much for sponsoring these two recent giveaways. And congratulations to our winners, Brian McCarthy and Brian Zions Bernstein. Well, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update regarding the George sketches that we hand out to say thanks to those viewers who send along a shaving tip. A few viewers have reported that it's taking quite a long time to receive their sketches. And when they email me, I always tell them, give it a few more days. The mail might be running slow or for whatever reason. And they will give it a few more days, and sure enough, the sketch arrives safe and sound. Now, Rob Miller was recently an exception to this. He emailed me and said, Mark, I haven't received my sketch yet. Want to know if I mailed it. Now, my routine is this. When the shaving tip runs on the Monday Morning Mailbag, within a day or two, the viewer will contact me and send me their mail address. I immediately create a mailing label in Google Docs. I then print it out immediately. I affix it to an envelope. I insert the sketch. I affix a return address label and stamps, and then I mail it. That's my routine. As soon as I get that address, I immediately go into that routine and place that sketch in the mail immediately by printing out that label. So when someone says to me, when someone tells me they haven't received the sketch, the first thing I do is look in Google Docs to see if I've created that mailing label. If I have, then I know I have mailed it, because I don't hesitate with it. I immediately print the label out, put it on the envelope, insert the sketch, return address label, stamps, mail it. That's how it works. So I told Rob to wait a few more days. It's probably just taking slow, and if it's lost in the mail, I'll do you another sketch. I'll draw another sketch for you. Well, a few days later, he said, Mark, I still haven't received it. I said, you know what? I'm going to draw you another sketch, and I'm going to scan it in just to be on the safe side to show you that, you know, that I did do the second sketch and that I've mailed it to you. So a few days after mailing it, he contacted me and said, Mark, the first sketch has arrived. And here he is, holding it up right there in a great picture. Thanks very much for sending that along, Rob. I really do appreciate it. I'm so glad you received your original sketch that aired on the August 5th, 2024 Monday Morning Mailbag. Now, how do I know this is the original sketch? Again, because I scanned the second sketch before I mailed it. And in comparing the two, I can see that there are differences between the two sketches. So this is definitely the first sketch that I did for him. So he's got a second sketch that will show up in a couple of more days here, maybe another week. So Rob, when that arrives, please let us know. So you get two sketches. I asked him to take a photograph of the envelope, and here it is. There's no postmark on those stamps. So I'm thinking something happened within the United States Postal Service where it may have gotten lost or rerouted or didn't get postmarked. I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with holding it up in the mail. If you know anything about this phenomenon of an envelope not being postmarked and delaying it in the mail, please comment below and let us know if that's an accurate explanation. But Rob, I'm very, very glad that you received your original sketch. And again, this is just a heads up to everybody. If you are waiting for a George sketch to be mailed to you, please, if you haven't received it in a timely fashion, please email me to make sure that I have indeed mailed it. And if I've mailed it, by knowing that I've created that mailing label, give it a few more days. And if after a reasonable amount of time you haven't received your George sketch, I'll be more than happy to draw another one and mail it off to you, because things do get lost in the mail for whatever reason. They deal with millions and millions of pieces of mail in the United States Postal Service, and every once in a blue moon, something will fall through the cracks. So just email me and let me know that you have not yet received your George sketch. I'll be happy to draw up another one and mail it to you in a timely fashion. So I just wanted to give you that update, and I want to thank Rob Miller for kind of keeping on top of it, because you know what? Every once in a blue moon, I may slip up and simply forget to mail the sketch, but I'm pretty good at holding to my routine. So sometimes the mail is just slow. So if you are awaiting a George sketch and you haven't received it yet, give it a few more days. If you haven't received it in a timely fashion, just drop me an email and we'll try to figure it out. And if you haven't received it after a lengthy period of time, I'll be more than happy to draw you another one and mail it off to you. Not a problem at all. And I just want to thank everyone again for all the great shaving tips that they send to the channel and all the great participation and contributions and all the great shaving tips that viewers send in. Thank you very, very much. And again, if you don't receive your George sketch in a timely fashion, just drop me a line. We'll figure it out. And I'll be sure to get you an original signed George sketch. So Rob, thanks again very, very much. And to all those other viewers who have emailed me to say that there has been a slight delay in their sketches coming through. Thanks very much for the heads up on that. Really do appreciate it, folks. Thanks again for all the great shaving tips that you send to the channel. It really makes the Monday Morning Mailbag what it is, and it is very, very greatly appreciated. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Just get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and now right here on YouTube. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Let's get another sip of this. That is really a very, very good cup of instant coffee. Once again, Trader Joe's instant cold brew coffee, but you can use this cold or hot, whichever you prefer. And again, the coffee is a very fine powder. You can see that very, very fine powder. And I would think the reason why that is because in cold water, it'll probably dissolve a little more quickly. Maybe hot water aids in some of these other, I guess, more coarsely ground instant coffees to dissolve. But if you're doing a cold brew, you want something really fine powder so it dissolves a little more easily in cold water. That's my hunch. But again, dissolves great in hot water and very, very flavorful cup of coffee. 1 heaping teaspoon to 12 ounces of cold or hot water makes a really delightful cup of coffee. Hang on. And because we're on a new coffee journey, coffee adventure, we're using the Indiana Jones coffee mug. My thanks again to viewer Jamie Horn for very kindly sending this to the channel. Boy, that's terrific. Again, I love that badge art. That is just absolutely wonderful. Indiana Jones. Yeah, so thanks very much to Jamie Horn for that. Wow, we got a great bunch of refill comments this morning. Let's kick things off with something from Steve M. 1563, who writes, "It was neat to see the repurposing of the pickle jar tip. I hope someone else can benefit from the tip. My wife laughed when I told her that her idea was used. Have a great week. I will send you my information on the Cube Life." Well, thanks very much for that, Steve. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, Steve had this great tip last week. I think it was last week. Of repurposing a male or Miley or my, I can't remember the French pronunciation of that particular brand of pickles, but the pickle jar has a little green basket inside, and you can use that as like a small miniature barbicide jar. Really neat shaving tip that his wife came up with. So bravo and kudos to your wife, Steve. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, I look forward to that information on how long the Cube 2.0 lasts in your shave den when you first get it. We're thinking maybe 80 to 90 days, something like that. Mark Bagwell commented that he's getting a good solid 3 months out of his Cube. So thanks very much for that, Mark. Really do appreciate it. And thanks very much to Steve for that comment and that great shaving tip. Really do appreciate that. Dan Blackshear wrote, thanks, Mark, for featuring the 3D printed bowl. I now have almost 2 weeks using it, and I can tell you it's just incredible. I cannot encourage viewers enough to get this bowl if you can. As always, great 3MB. Yeah, Dan showed us this beautiful 3D printed shaving bowl. And all you have to do is go up to Thingiverse. We'll provide the link again this week. Go up to Thingiverse and just download the 3D printing plans. And if you can get to a 3D printer, or you know someone who does 3D printing, they can print out this shaving bowl for you. Now, I know the Cleveland Public Library has 3D printers, and they will even train you in how to use them. All you have to do is bring in your own plans via a thumb drive, I believe, and bring in your own materials, the powder or the resin or whatever is used. I'm not entirely familiar with it. And you can go ahead and print out a razor, a shaving bowl, whatever you want, right there at the library. And I don't know entirely how it works, but I do know that the Cleveland Public Library has these 3D printers available. They'll train you. They'll allow you to use them as long as you bring your own materials and your own 3D prints and plans, that sort of thing. So check with your local library and see if they have something similar to that, where you can go in and get training on a 3D printer and just bring in your own materials, your own blueprints, so to speak, and then you can go about printing out a shaving bowl or a razor or a brush stand or a brush handle, all kinds of great 3D printing items out there. And the prints or the plans are available at Thingiverse. We will link it again below. My thanks to Dan Blackshear for passing that along. Thanks again, Dan. Really, really do appreciate it, and so glad you're enjoying the shave bowl. Viewer Mike H. 9701 writes, hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. Thank you. Happy Labor Day as well. Fantastic tips and product information as always. Folks are doing some wonderful work coming up with 3D printing designs for wet shaving. I have 2 lathering bowls as well as an easy access razor blade holder for new blades. All are well made and durable products. As you mention regularly on the show, we are definitely lucky to be in this current era of wet shaving with all the options available to us. Thanks for the shout out as well. Have a great start to the week, and best regards as always, Mark. Hey, Mike, thank you again very, very much for the really, really kind words. And I'm glad that you have some great 3D printed shave gear in your shave den. And yeah, as we like to say on the show, it is the best time to be doing the traditional wet shave. There is so much available. You'll find a shave soap, a razor, a blade, a brush, etc., that fits your skin type and your wallet. Absolutely, there is so much available, and here 3D printed items are another option that will provide you with some great shaving gear, whether it be a razor, a shaving bowl, etc. Really, really terrific stuff. So thanks very much for confirming that and the nice words. Thanks again, Mike. Really do appreciate it. At Mr._ZB18, also known as Brian Zions Bernstein, who won the Stirling Vanilla Sandalwood bundle just recently. Anyhow, he wrote, I love that vintage Barbicide jar. Another great display piece. Well, thanks very much for that, Brian. I really do appreciate it. We showed it in last week's show because Steve had that great shaving tip regarding a mini Barbicide jar that you can get if you have these Molly or Mayo pickles. You get that, you hang on to that pickle jar and repurpose it as like a mini Barbicide jar. And I was showing the Barbicide jar that I have to show you how it works. And it is a vintage antique piece that I happen to buy at a local antique store here in Chardon, Ohio. And I have it kind of tucked away in a safe area, and I don't want to bring it out that often for fear of dropping it. It is a vintage antique piece. And having broken my first aftershave bottle of the Stirling Vanilla Sandalwood in the sink, I don't want to press my luck. So if you want to see the Barbicide jar, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. It really is a neat display piece. It really is. And so yeah, you could fill it up with Barbicide and clean your razors and that sort of thing. I haven't really done that with it, maybe once or twice just to kind of try it out. But yeah, it's something that would be a nice display piece. I just haven't figured out where I'm going to put it so it won't topple over. I sure don't want to break that one, that's for sure. But thanks for the very kind words, Brian. It's really a neat piece. I was so happy to come across it. I think it's from, I want to say it's from the 1970s, which I think would make it an antique of sorts. So it's not from like the 1940s or 1950s, but I think it's from either the 60s or the 70s, I think. I'll have to do a little more research on that. So thanks again, Brian. Mully Shaves writes, Mark, I can't thank you enough for always accepting my submissions to 3MB. You've been a great friend. Thanks again. And to Matt Pisarcik and crew at Razor Emporium, thank you for the wonderful job you did on my Fat Boy. I found with a really slick soap, a 357 passing method gives BBS that makes a baby's butt feel like 180 grit sandpaper. Thanks again, Mark. Well, Colonel Mully, thanks again for the submission to the show. Again, the viewers out there make this show and channel possible. So thanks very much for all your great contributions. And I agree with you, Matt Pisarcik and everyone at Razor Emporium. Boy, they know their stuff. So if you're looking for someone to restore that vintage Fat Boy or Slim, give them a call. Absolutely. Mully showed his to all the viewers here on the channel. It looks spectacular. So again, you got a vintage razor that you want restored, replated, updated, check out Razor Emporium. Absolutely. Thanks again, Mully. Viewer Scott Martin wrote, Happy Labor Day, Mark. I hope you're enjoying a lazy Ohio day today. Regarding Chris's inquiry about how long the Cube 2.0 lasts, I'm not sure I know for two reasons. First, I always have at least 3 on rotation because I think the product is one of the best in the wet shaving world and it always comes in so many great scents. But also, I use mine before every pass, so maybe I use mine more than some other wet shavers. I could never understand why shavers would use the benefits of the Cube 2.0 when they shave with the grain, for example, but not when they shave against the grain. I use it on all 3 passes, so maybe mine disappear a little faster. Having said that, they still last a really, really long time. Cheers, Scott. Scott, you make a great point there, and I'm one of the users out there that uses on first pass only, but maybe I should adopt your method and use it for all 3 passes or 2 passes or whatever my shave is going to consist of. Yeah, I mean, why not take advantage of all that pre-shave goodness in the Cube 2.0? Very, very good point, and thanks for sharing that. Really, really do appreciate it. Dino Daniel wrote, Hey Mark, great 3MB. You could start another segment on your program like, I shook the hand that shook the hand. I'm sure it would provide interesting tidbits of history. Always look forward to your channel every Monday morning. All the best. Yeah, this is in regards to the story we told or the anecdote we related regarding Fred Laswell, the cartoonist behind Snuffy Smith and Barney Google. And Fred was good friends with Babe Ruth. And I became good friends with Fred Laswell through the National Cartoonist Society. It was just wonderful having him as a friend. And just a real honor to be able to call him Uncle Fred and have these great phone conversations with him and these great conversations with him at the National Cartoonist Society. It was always great seeing Fred. And he would always say, well, hey, Cousin Mark, how you doing? And you saw in the photograph last week, my nephew Tommy, and Uncle Fred met him and knew him ever since Tommy was about 8 years old, really. And he would always call up and say, hey, Cousin Mark, it's Uncle Fred. How's my nephew Tommy doing? That was really, really terrific. So he was a wonderful guy. And because he was good friends with Babe Ruth and would go to Yankee Stadium and sit in Babe Ruth's box with Babe Ruth and watch the Yankees play, I shook the hand that shook the hand of Babe Ruth, which is really kind of neat. And I don't think I know of anybody else I can say that. Well, we'll kind of look through the archives of my mind and see if that comes up. If there's anyone else that I have met that may have had somebody else of great stature that they were good friends with, then I could say I shook the hand that shook the hand of that famous individual. But right now, it's Uncle Fred and Babe Ruth. So thanks very much for the comment, Dino. Really, really do appreciate it. Bart Buzz wrote, today's Monday morning mailbag was packed with info and memories. Thanks for sharing. When it comes to Taylor of Old Bond Street shaving creams, I like the lime zest just as much as the grapefruit scent. Hope you have or had a great Labor Day. Yeah, I had a great Labor Day. Really nice weekend. And it was great to have that day off. Absolutely. Gave me a little more time to put together the Monday morning mailbag, that's for sure. And lime zest, yeah, that's one we're going to have to look into. So thanks very much for the recommendation, Bart. Really do appreciate it. Viewer JT wrote, hi, Mark. Great 3MB as always. I place my wet shaving setups on a towel. I keep my glass bottles on their sides so that it doesn't slide off the counter and possibly break. Even if you stand the bottle up and somehow falls onto the towel, then it shouldn't break because the towel acts like a buffer between the counter and the bottle. The only caveat is be careful to avoid bumping the part of the towel that is over the edge of the counter. You may accidentally slide the towel off the counter and have an unfortunate accident. Therefore, I would not use a microfiber towel, but a more plush one. Hope the suggestion helps. Have a great week. Yeah, thanks very much for that, JT. And we will link to his shaving channel below so you can check out his shaving videos. He has some really, really interesting shaving videos. So we'll definitely link JT's channel below. Thanks again, JT. Really, really do appreciate it. And yeah, great towel tip. Really, really do appreciate that. Andrew Hill, 1965, wrote, good morning, Mark. Great show. I especially like the talk you had about Stirling products. Ever since I picked up Orange Chill soap and aftershave from Maggard Razors, I'm a fan. Great products and nice price points. If you have not tried Orange Chill yet, I urge you to. Wonderful summer scent, and before I forget, great Second Cup as well. Have a great week. Well, Andrew, thanks very much for tuning in to Second Cup. I really do appreciate it. And thanks to all the other viewers out there who make Second Cup a regular part of your Monday after the Monday morning mailbag. Really do appreciate that. I have lemon chill and I have lime. Have not tried orange chill yet, but that's going on my list for sure. So thanks very much for the recommendation. Brian McCarthy, 1322 writes, oh, hey, Brian. Brian was one of our winners. Brian writes, another informative and entertaining show. In regards to the Taylor of Old Bond Street inner lids, I have a few ideas to share. I fully agree that the inner lid would keep the cream away from the top. George F. Trumper places a thin and fragile inner lid in their creams for probably the same reason. If you order cream for postal delivery during the hot days of summer, you may find that the soap is not in the tub as much as it is in the lid. Ask me how I know. I imagine that ordering products in the dead of winter can also result in freezing and possible separation of ingredients. I plan to limit my purchases to the milder months and will also keep old containers, tops, and inner lids just in case some bean counter finds another way to save a few cents at our expense. Hey, Brian, thanks very much for that. This is in regard to the Taylor of Old Bond Street tubs, shaving cream tubs, and you can see that lid right there on the top there. Let me see if I can bring this one down. If I can't bring this one down, I'll get the other one here. Well, let me try the sandalwood here. Maybe the sandalwood has the inner lid. There it is, right there. Okay, that's not pressed into the top of the top cap lid. There's the inner lid right there that goes right on top. The other one that I have here will do the same, but it's kind of pressed into the actual outer lid. But yeah, this is a nice little feature they have, and I've only had a few Taylor of Old Bond Street's shaving cream tubs, and I have hung on to these inner lids. So I've got two inner lids, and if I order again and it comes, whoops, Butterfingers almost dropped my shaving cream here. But I was going to say, if I order another Taylor of Old Bond Street shaving cream, I'll be sure to hang on to the inner lid if it does arrive with an inner lid. A lot of viewers out there are reporting that sometimes they get an inner lid, sometimes they don't. The sandalwood came with an inner lid, and the Eton College did not. But I had an inner lid, an inner lid from a previous order of the Eton College shaving cream that I hung on to, and I'm using it on this one here. So that's kind of how that works. So Brian, thanks very much for the comment. Really, really do appreciate it. And as far as ordering during those milder months, that's a very good strategy as well. Hey, let me know in the comments below if that's something you do, that maybe you're ordering shaving creams and shaving soaps during the milder months of spring and the milder months of fall. Let me know in the comments below if that's what you're doing as well. So Brian, thanks very, very much for the comments. Really do appreciate it. David Dart wrote, Mark, good morning, sir. As I previously said, the finish on my top cap wore off and I only used my 6C on New Year's Day. But what I forgot to mention was that I have since bought a 6S in black. Rockwell, the razor, so nice, I bought it twice. Have a great week. Yeah, David Dart reported that the finish, the gunmetal finish on his top cap of his 6C wore away, but he never got it replaced because he loves that razor so much. And yes, to clarify it, and I apologize, I forgot to mention it, he only uses it once a year on New Year's Day. That is really, really a neat tradition. So enjoy that 6C and enjoy that new 6S. That's a fantastic, fantastic razor. Yeah, Rockwell, the razor's so nice, he bought it twice. Thanks again for the comment, David. Really do appreciate it. A Texan Shaves wrote, I have gone through 3 Cube 2.0 since March. Your mileage may vary. I am a daily head shaver and face shaver, sometimes 2 shaves a day. I use it as face wash as well. Well, yeah, this is another instance where someone is using the Cube a little more frequently than most of us. I use the Cube for my head shaves as well as a pre-shave. Again, for one pass, and I'm doing a head shave every other day. I'm not shaving my head every day because I am, I'm a blonde-haired guy, so a lot of that doesn't really photograph well. As a matter of fact, I got another comment from someone who watched one of my video reviews. I had 3 days worth of beard growth, and he still said he couldn't see any beard growth. I try to grow my beard a little more by skipping a day or two right before I do a review of a razor or a shave cream, so it photographs a little more. So it photographs a little better, a little more. And I have not shaved today yet because I'm going to be reviewing another shave soap, and I want to have 2 or 3 days worth of beard growth. Even though it kind of drives me crazy to skip a day, I want to make sure that there's enough beard there to photograph so people can see it. But being a fair-skinned individual, blonde-haired guy, sometimes it just doesn't photograph as well as I'd like to. But yeah, I shave my head every other day, and I guess one of the reasons is that it just doesn't register as much as other folks who shave their head every single day. They shave their head every single day because maybe the growth is more apparent. With me, it's not as apparent. It doesn't register as much. Let me put it to you that way. So thanks again, A Texan Shaves. Really do appreciate it. Viewer Paul DeJardin wrote, Morning, Mark. Great show as always. I'm going to try out those Rex blades and let you know. Those Rex blades are wonderful. We've been talking about them the last few shows. Try those Rex Platinum razor blades from Razor Emporium and Rex Supply. They are absolutely wonderful. He continues here. By the way, my brother is starting the wet shaving journey now, and it's funny how what experienced shavers take for granted can cause frustration for the newbies. Keep on offering the basic skills advice. I'd even suggest a 2-minute regular section of 3MB offering rookie advice. By the way, how about an elastic band around your glass bottle for no slip grip? Go Buckeyes. Yeah, go Buckeyes. Absolutely. The Ohio State Buckeye season is kicked off. Looking forward to that. And the rubber band around a glass bottle, no slip grip. That is a great idea. Let's try that. Is anybody else doing that? If you're doing that, please comment below and let us know. I think that's a fantastic idea. And rookies' basic skill advice. Yeah, I'm gonna consider that. Let me see if I can figure out how to incorporate that into the Monday morning mailbag. If anybody out there has rookie advice to kind of get the ball rolling, please comment below or email me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And let's see if we can't make that a regular segment as well, because we are always getting new subscribers, especially those who are new to the traditional wet shave. So that would be a really, really good segment. Rookie advice. So thanks very much for that, Paul. Really, really do appreciate the suggestion. Viewer Mech Loader wrote, hi, Mark. To clarify the frozen travel scuttle. Oh, this is Mech Loader, who was talking about how he puts water in his travel scuttle and he freezes it. And I wanted him to send along a few details on how to do that, because there are some cold water shavers out there that would love to know the exact routine of this with the Phoenix Shaving indestructible travel scuttle. And he writes, to clarify the frozen travel scuttle, I filled it with water and measured the amount. It is a little over 11 ounces. I specified putting 8 ounces because with this amount, with plug out, it does not deform the scuttle. Too much water and the bottom can bulge a bit and won't sit flat. I bought it almost 3 years ago. Before I ordered it, I asked by the chat that pops up on the website if it would be damaged by freezing it. The first reply surprised me. I was asked, where did you see this? Well, I didn't see it anywhere. I just like cold shaving, and when I saw this scuttle, it looked perfect for the purpose. Well, it turns out Douglas made a video when the scuttle was first offered showing it frozen. Hope this answers your questions. Always look forward to the 3MB. Just search how to create an ice scuttle. Take care. Well, there you go. Douglas over at Phoenix Shaving has already done this. We'll look for the video and we'll link it below so you can check it out. You can fill the inner chamber, of your travel scuttle with water. Just don't fill it up too much, so you will allow for expansion so it doesn't bulge on the bottom. Put it in the freezer and then you're good to go. Do not put the cork in there. Don't put the plug in there, because it's going to expand. Just don't fill it up. It holds, according to what Mech Loader is saying, it holds a little over 11 ounces of water. So he goes with 8 ounces of water to allow for that expansion so it doesn't bulge. Great routine for cold water shavers out there. Mech Loader, thanks very, very much for clarifying it. And again, we'll look for the video of Douglas demonstrating this routine as well. Thank you so much. Rob M. 6772 wrote, Mark, just ordered Taylor of Old Bond Street Rose from Amazon. It did have the plastic ring under the cap. Well, there you go. Again, some folks are getting the inner lid and some folks aren't. Again, well, there it is, the sandalwood. There it is. Okay, it popped out. So there it is. That inner lid sometimes arrives with it, sometimes it doesn't. So who knows what's going on? But yeah, if you get one with an inner lid, hang on to that inner lid because it is quite valuable. I regard it as being valuable, but I also regard it as a piece of nostalgia, kind of a piece of wet shaving history. This is the way Taylor of Old Bond Street always sent out their tubs of shaving cream with that inner lid. And to kind of phase it out, well, you're not going to find it anymore. So don't throw out those inner lids. If they get rid of them altogether, you'll probably see an aftermarket for inner lids. And I'll bet you they'll be kind of pricey as well. So thanks for that, Rob M. Really do appreciate it. Viewer Charles Price wrote, Razorock shave sticks are the same as what the puck soaps are, just sticks. They're good, but my favorite is the Gold Label. Hey, Chuck, thanks very much for that recommendation of shave sticks, the Gold Label shave sticks. I have not tried the Razorock shave sticks. I'm going to put that on my wish list. Sounds very, very interesting. We had a discussion last week about shave sticks, that sort of thing, and Razorock came up, and Charles is confirming that their shave sticks are the same as their puck soaps. Thanks very much for that, Charles. Really do appreciate it, and thanks for the Gold Label shave stick recommendation on my wish list. Thanks again very, very much. And Keith Osmond wrote, Black Label is my favorite, but they are all good. Well, there's another vote for Black Label shave sticks. Keith, thanks very, very much for that. Ecstatic Temporality wrote, the discussion about scentless shave soaps reducing skin irritation piqued my interest. Since starting wet shaving this past April, I've noticed skin irritation with Paraso Green, menthol and eucalyptus oil, that I did not have when I switched to Cella Red, everything being equal. I thought it was the tallow and Cello Red which provided the right protection and glide for my skin. However, after hearing this discussion, I wonder if it was the scent and or menthol or eucalyptus oil in Paraso Green that contributed to my skin irritation. That said, Cello Red does have a sweet almond and cherry scent, but it's light and nowhere near as strong and heavy as Paraso Green scent. Thoughts? Am I onto something? Yeah, you very well may be onto something. It could be that your skin is sensitive to menthol and eucalyptus. It could be that your skin finds tallow a little more agreeable. I'll put it to the viewers out there. Comment below and let us know if you've had a similar experience with Paraso Green. And thanks very much, Ecstatic Temporality, for the comment and for inspiring a great discussion. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, Stirling Soap Company just recently released a really nice collection of fall scented shaving soaps. We talked about them in last week's Second Cup podcast, and Mark Bagwell highlights one of them, Hot Apple Cider. And Mark writes, "It's September. That means soon there will be cooler weather, a changing of the leaves, and steaming cups of hot apple cider. Love hot apple cider, especially the hot apple cider shaving soap from Stirling Soap Company, because you can lather with it. The scent is spot on. It smells so good, you'll want to drink it. But trust me when I tell you, it doesn't taste as good as it smells. I found this out firsthand when I wasn't paying attention and gave myself a mouthful of lather." So what about the performance? The slickness, cushion, and post-shave is top tier because this is made by Stirling Soap Company, which is a top-tier soap company. They specialize in premium quality products without the premium price. We will include a link, so take the time and check them out. You might also check out their full lineup of hot apple cider products. Besides the shaving soap, there is an aftershave splash and balm, bath soap, shampoo bar, as well as a conditioning bar. And don't forget the candle as well as the body lotion and body butter. You can't go wrong with the hot apple cider products. But a word from experience, don't stick them in your mouth. Hey, Mark, thanks very, very much for a terrific, terrific review of Stirling Soap Company's hot apple cider shave soap. Folks, as Mark mentioned, we'll have links below. Check it out. Thanks again for a terrific review, Mark. Really do appreciate it. Well, speaking of Stirling shave soaps that are so good you want to eat or drink them, viewer Matt Panter very kindly sent along several Stirling shave soaps, and this is the fourth one in the group that he sent from Stirling Soap Company, Almond Creme. Boy, is this a beautiful almond scent. This is a wonderful, sweet almond. My gosh, I'm looking forward to reviewing this one. That's a beautiful, beautiful almond scent. And as they write on their product page, Delicious Marzipan is the second name for this soap. It really needs no other description other than to say you might try to eat it. It tastes like soap, though. Don't ask how I know for men and women. I pulled this information off a Wikipedia page. Marzipan is a confection consisting primarily of sugar and almond meal, ground almonds, sometimes augmented with almond oil or extract. It is often made into sweets, and boy, is this a sweet almond scent. Absolutely beautiful. My gosh, it's fantastic. So if you like Cello Red, we mentioned that in the refill segment. If you like Cello Red with its almond and cherry scent, you're going to like this one a lot because it's pure almond sweetness. Really, really terrific. And again, Stirling soaps are just wonderful, wonderful performing shave soaps. They make just heaps and heaps of lather. Again, a beautiful, beautiful recipe of tallow, lanolin, and shea butter right there. So my thanks again to viewer Matt Panter for very kindly sending along Stirling Soap Company's Almond Creme to the channel. and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. Really looking forward to reviewing this one. We'll have a link to it below where you can check it out yourself and all the great products at Stirling Soap Company. Matt, thanks again very, very much. Now, in previous Monday morning mailbags and also some of our reviews, we have been talking about and using the Razorock Gamechanger razor. This one very kindly came from Greg from Virginia. Thanks again, Greg. Really, really do appreciate it. He sent the Gamechanger razor head with the .68 blade gap, and we went ahead and attached a stainless steel handle that came from the Razorock Mission razor. That comes with a zinc alloy razor head. We put that aside, and we now have this beautiful stainless steel handle married up to this beautiful, beautiful, sleek, wonderfully mild Razorock Gamechanger razor head with a .68 blade gap. Now, they originally offered two options for this razor. The first option was the .68-P razor head, which featured the .68 blade gap, the mild version, or the .84-P razor head, which has the .84 blade gap, more aggressive. Well, they now offer a mid-range razor head, the .76-P razor head that has a .76 blade gap. And as they write, Razorock .76-P Gamechanger DE Safety Razor. This is the new mid-range Gamechanger with the .76-P razor head, which was created to be in between the .68-P head and the .84-P head. Well, viewer Tim Whitcup went ahead and acquired a brand new Gamechanger from Italian Barber with the .76-P razor head. And he sent along a review, and he writes, "Hey Mark, here's my review. I would say it's a medium aggressive razor. I think it's more aggressive than mild. I would be fine with one pass. The HD handle is heavy and very grippy. The finish is amazing. A fantastic razor at a bargain price for stainless steel." Yeah, one of these razors is only $54.99. An absolutely fantastic, fantastic price. He also commented on the shaving soap he acquired as well. "The Figaro shave soap reminds me of Cella. Smells like cherries." Oh, that's really great to hear. Thanks again, Tim, for that. He goes on to say here in another email, again, that the Razorock Gamechanger that he has is a mid-aggression razor with the .76-P razor head. And the soap he also acquired from Italian Barber as well as the Gamechanger razor. And the shave soap was only $6.99. Not bad for the price point. So there you go. A really, really nice review from Tim Whitcup regarding the Razorock Gamechanger with their new mid-aggression razor head, the .76-P razor head that has a .76 blade gap. So if you thought that the .84 was a little too aggressive and the .68 was a little too mild, you might want to try the .76. That might be the Goldilocks razor head for you in the Gamechanger series. It might be just right. Thanks again for the review, Tim. Really do appreciate it. Viewer J.D. Hipple sent along this review of the new Supply disposable razor. Now, you know that I love the Supply SC single edge injector razor, and they now offer this razor in a disposable version. And JD wrote, "I got a pack of Supply disposable razors today, and let me tell you, they are wonderful. It came in a 5-pack in a cardboard envelope with instructions. I went to shave with one right away, and the first thing I noticed is that it's really light. It comes in at 0.5 ounces or 13 grams. The blade cap is on very nicely. You have to rotate it off the head, so I don't see it coming off in a travel bag very easily." Now, when he says cap, he's referring to the blade guard, I believe. "My current travel razors are the Gillette Guard from India and Bic Metal. Both of those, the blade guard comes off very easily. Supply also states that they are TSA friendly, unlike the Bevel disposables, that are just using a DE blade in an injection molded handle. As for the shave, I put it on par with the twig shave. Not too aggressive like some gem razors or Schick injectors can be. I don't have a normal supply to compare it to, but it took off a week's growth and it was a pleasant 2-pass shave. Thanks, JD. Well, JD, thanks very, very much for the review. I'm very, very intrigued. I'm going to go ahead and order a pack of those Supply disposable razors and compare it to my Supply SE because I love this razor. It's my go-to for head shaves. Absolutely love the Supply single edge injector razor, and really, really intrigued now by their disposable razor, TSA friendly. So if you are a lover of the Supply single edge injector razor, you can now get their disposable version and take it with you in your carry-on because it's TSA friendly. That's great to hear. So JD, thanks for the review. So glad you had a fantastic shave with it. And again, I'm looking forward to ordering some of these down the road and comparing it to the original real McCoy, so to speak. So JD, thanks again for the review. Really do appreciate it. Well, speaking of the Bevel disposable razor, viewer Abene Samant sent along this review of the Bevel disposable razor. And he wrote, "Dear Mark, I hope this summer has been as much fun for you and your family as it has been for mine. As things wind down, my family decided to do a road trip down to Cedar Point for the first time. What a fantastic amusement park and a great place for family fun. Like all good Canadians, my family had to make a pilgrimage to Target. While perusing the aisles, I saw the Bevel disposable razors. I know safety razors are antithetical to disposables, but I was intrigued. I purchased them and couldn't wait to get home to try them. I was a little concerned, so I did a very thorough preparation. I took a nice hot shower, scrubbed my face well, used Neob lavender shave butter as a pre-shave, and Laconda for my cream and aftershave, and finally, La Aquitaine shave balm. The verdict? The Bevel disposable safety razor was excellent. I had performed a 3-pass shave with the grain, across the grain, and against the grain, with a few pickups for my typical problem areas, and the shave was BBS with no irritation or cuts. It performed as well as any of my favorites. Just be aware that it's a very light razor, so make sure you use a light touch and don't be tempted to press too firmly. I would definitely recommend buying this razor and using it as a travel razor. Very mild but efficient. I may even have to buy the original razor now to try it out. Warmest regards, Abby. Abby, thanks very much for a terrific review of another disposable razor suitable for travel, the Bevel disposable razor. Thanks very, very much. Folks, we'll have a link below where you can find this particular razor, as well as the Supply disposable razor that we just talked about. And give them both a look and find out which one fits your travel needs best. Abby, thanks again very, very much. Oh, one more thing regarding the Bevel razor. JD had mentioned that it's not TSA approved, perhaps, and we got this review on Amazon from someone named Michael Humes, who gave it a 5 out of 5 review. He says, "Love these razors. This razor gives me such a good shave. Very good product. Not sure if these are TSA approved for carry-on luggage. I had to forfeit my metal version of these on my last trip, hoping that the disposable version makes it through my next adventure." So there you go. The Bevel razor, the disposable razor, may not be TSA approved. I would check with the TSA directly to find out if this particular razor is TSA approved. As we mentioned, as JD mentioned, the Supply disposable razor is TSA friendly. Not so sure about the Bevel disposable razor. If anyone out there knows for sure, please comment below, let us know. But just wanted to give you that quick update regarding the Bevel razor. It may not be as TSA friendly as the Supply razor. So there you go, an independent reviewer on Amazon giving his impression of the razor. Likes it a lot, may not be as TSA friendly as one would expect. So I just want to give you that update. Well, since we're rolling into fall, the perfect fall scent is back again from Phoenix Shaving, Atomic Pumpkin. My thanks to Bill Murphy for very kindly sending along the shave soap, the aftershave splash, and also the Star Jelly. My gosh, is this scent great. Bill highly recommended it, and it is absolutely fantastic. It's available once more for the fall season. Folks, you gotta try this. As they write, step up your scent game this season. Embrace the boldness of Atomic Pumpkin Bay Rum. Let's be honest, smelling like a latte is so last decade. This year, ditch the pumpkin spice cliche and indulge in something far more sophisticated, daring, and irresistibly masculine. Introducing Atomic Pumpkin Bay Rum, a scent that's not just a fragrance, but an experience. Imagine the rich allure of West Indian Bay, the zesty bite of Moro blood orange, the warm embrace of allspice, ginger, nutmeg, and the earthy depth of elemi resin. It's festive magic redefined, crafted for the man who knows that true style is all about standing out, not blending in. If you're already a fan of our Bay Rum creations, you know we don't do ordinary. We take pride in blending the traditional with the extraordinary, creating scents that are smooth, refined, and unmistakably unique. Atomic Pumpkin is no exception. While it's playful and fun, it's also serious business when it comes to redefining the Bay Rum tradition. We'll link to the product page where you can read more about Atomic Pumpkin. It is really, really terrific. They wrap up here by saying, Atomic Pumpkin has become an autumn staple for shave enthusiasts around the world and a hit with their significant others too. So this fall, forget about smelling like a candle store and embrace a scent that's as bold and unforgettable as you are. Trust us, you'll thank us later. Absolutely. Bill Murphy, thank you. You were spot on about this scent. I absolutely love it. When I saw that Atomic Pumpkin was back, I cracked mine open. I've already had a few shaves with it. It is fantastic. We will link it below. A perfect scent for the upcoming fall season. You can use it right now. As a matter of fact, it was cool just a few days ago. We had a preview of autumn, and that's when I cracked this out. It was absolutely wonderful. So again, we'll have links below. Check it out from Phoenix Shaving. It's back for the fall season. Atomic Pumpkin. My thanks again to Bill Murphy for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. Thanks again, Bill. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Viewer Larry Sublotny sent along this email, and he wrote, "Hey Mark, a couple of weeks ago or so, Jake Temple told of a 12 atomizer order he received that fit the Phoenix Shaving aftershave bottles perfectly and allowed a person to spray the aftershave on their face as opposed to dumping some in the hand, wasting some as it goes into the sink. I looked up the order page and ordered 12 of them. They arrived today and work wonderfully. I took the cap off the bottles, pried off the restrictor with my fingernail, and inserted the atomizer and tightened the cap of the atomizer. It was that simple and great to use. Thanks to Jake for taking the time to find the right size and tell us about them. One way you can find them is on Amazon and search R&M products. They are the size listed as 12-pack, 5 1/4 inch tubing, black plastic fine mist sprayer cap only for 20-400 and 20-410 bottleneck Aura, A-U-R-A, Aura variety brand. I learned so much each week from the 3MB and the other viewers like Jake Temple. Hey, Larry, thanks so much. First of all, thanks so much for ordering these and confirming how well they work, because yes, Jake did some legwork in finding this specific product to make sure that it fits those Phoenix Shaving aftershave bottles right here. And I'm so glad that you bought some and can confirm that they work wonderfully well for the Phoenix aftershave bottles. Now, again, what Larry did was, all he did was take the cap off and he pried off that restrictor right there with his thumbnail. Look, you know what? I'm almost able to do it right here on camera right now, but you would take off this restrictor and then just put that atomizer in there, tighten it down, and you're good to go. So now you have a spray aftershave cologne. And those atomizers work perfectly on the Phoenix Shaving glass aftershave cologne bottles. So again, my thanks to Jake Temple for doing the legwork and the research in finding that particular atomizer that works with the Phoenix Shave bottle. And a big, big thank you to Larry Sublotny for ordering them and using them and confirming that, yes, they indeed do work. So folks, if you want an atomizer for the Phoenix Shaving aftershave bottle, we will link it below based on the information that Larry has provided here. Larry, thank you again very, very much. Really do appreciate it. James Sefton sent along this email, and it's related to what we were just talking about. And he wrote, "Hey, Mark, I just received the 20-400 mist sprayer from Amazon, and it also fits the plastic Brut bottle. I just wanted to pass it along. Have a great day, James Sefton." Wow, how about that? So if you're a Brut fan and you have the Brut plastic bottle, this particular atomizer that we've been talking about that fits the Phoenix Shaving aftershave cologne glass bottles also fits the plastic Brut aftershave bottle. How about that? James, thanks very much for the heads up on that one. Really do appreciate it. Well, earlier in the show, Paul Desjardins suggested putting a rubber band around a glass aftershave bottle as a kind of a no-slip grip. Well, thought I'd give it a try before the show wraps up here. What do you think, huh? A couple of bands like this around a Phoenix Shaving bottle like this. A couple of bands like this around the Stirling Soap Company's aftershave bottle. Yeah, that might work very, very well. Let me know if any of you are out there have done this or plan to do this, and let me know what your results are. But not a bad suggestion. I know that the Phoenix Shaving aftershave bottles have these ridges on the sides, which aid in allowing a little bit better grip, but maybe having these bands here on the Phoenix Shaving bottle or the Stirling bottle or similar bottles, maybe that will help in improving grip. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hey, Paul, thanks very much for a great, great suggestion. Oh, one more thing. James Sefton very kindly sent along these rubber bands to the channel for use with Allen blocks, and it looks like they'll work very, very well on aftershave bottles as well. While we lost the label, we know where these are on Amazon, and we'll get a link for it below if you want to check out these particular rubber bands. So my thanks again to James Sefton for very kindly sending these along to the channel and allowing me to share them with all the viewers out there. Thanks again, James. Really, really do appreciate it. Not only good for Allen blocks, but also aftershave bottles. How about that? And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.